Summer, 1862. Union gunboats shell Corpus Christi. 400 bombs rain down on the Texas coast. Most explode. Some do not. When the firing stops, Confederate soldiers cautiously approach the duds, carefully open them, and discover something astonishing. Not powder, not shot, whiskey, hidden inside Union shells by sailors hoping to drink it before battle. In the middle of war, even the enemy could not fight without it. Texas was settled largely by Southerners from Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia, men who brought with them more than rifles and plows. They brought stills. Whiskey was not a luxury. It was currency. It was medicine. It was livelihood. During the Republic period, homemade stills dotted the countryside. By statehood, grist mills made production easier. Corn and rye were plentiful. Galveston even boasted a steam-powered distillery. By 1860, Texas had a respectable whiskey industry. And then a strange fire swept North Texas. Distilleries burned. Arson was suspected. Some whispered abolitionist sabotage, but proof never surfaced. Still, the industry survived. And then came war. The Union blockade choked southern ports. Medicines vanished. Quinine, morphine, surgical antiseptics. In their absence, one substitute remained: whiskey. Doctors relied on it as stimulant, antiseptic, anesthetic, and painkiller. Tyler became a medicinal alcohol hub, 3 distilleries producing hundreds of gallons annually. Some even turned wild Texas grapes into brandy to increase alcohol output. Barrels moved to Houston laboratories, from there through Galveston, when blockade runners could slip through. Whiskey became part of military life as well. The Union Navy rationed sailors 4 ounces a day. Confederate sailors? Often more, because morale, like medicine, could be measured in ounces. But whiskey came at a cost. It consumed grain, and grain meant bread. By 1862, food shortages worsened across the Confederacy. The Confederate government outlawed non-medical distilling. Many states ignored it. Texas did not. Governor Francis Lubbock went further, banning alcohol entirely and using military force to enforce it. The legislature resisted. The ban was repealed. Then came a $1,000 annual tax on distilleries. That, too, was eventually repealed. Even in wartime, Texans resisted surrendering their whiskey. When Vicksburg fell in 1863, Texas was cut off from the east. Medicinal whiskey could no longer easily reach Confederate armies across the Mississippi. Still, in the Trans-Mississippi, production continued. Then came lawlessness. In 1864, William Quantrill and his raiders moved through Texas. One night they plundered a distillery. The next night they returned. The owner was murdered in his sleep. The distillery burned to the ground. By late 1864, the Confederate government authorized military seizure of distilleries for medical production. Whiskey was no longer private enterprise, it was war material. And when the war ended, so did the demand. Production collapsed almost overnight. In 1862, the United States imposed a whiskey tax, $2 per proof gallon. By war's end, that tax burdened the South as well. Federal regulation intensified. For 40 years, alcohol would be scrutinized more heavily than almost any other industry. Before the war, Texas had one of the strongest distilling industries in the region. Afterward, taxes and federal oversight nearly destroyed it. Long before the 18th Amendment, Prohibition had already taken root in the North. By the time national prohibition arrived, many northern states were already dry. Texas, Louisiana, and Florida were among the last former Confederate states to resist outlawing alcohol. But the tide was turning. The war had not just redrawn borders. It reshaped industry. It reshaped regulation. It reshaped whiskey itself. In the war for Southern independence, Texas whiskey served as medicine, morale, currency, and even contraband hidden inside artillery shells. It fueled soldiers. It sustained hospitals. It sparked political battles at home. And when peace returned, it faced a new enemy. Not blockade, not artillery, but regulation. In Texas, even whiskey had a war.